Hi friends of Watching Time and welcome. Today I want to speak with you about the Swiss watch company diver, the Mk2, the second version of their signature diver. First of all, two words regarding Swiss watch company. The brand, despite of its name, is not a Swiss brand, it's an American brand. The owner is born in Switzerland but then moved to United States and the brand was founded in United States but managed to have this name that immediately remind us of Switzerland. All the watches done by Swiss watch company are Swiss made and they have been in the business in fact for quite a long time, maybe toward 20 years. But in the beginning, in the early years, they were mainly doing watches for military forces or police forces, firemen. Well, recently, I would say like in the last 5 years or something like that, they start producing for the general public. So one of the first watches and the first watch they released was the first version of this diver, the Diver Mk1, let's say, the first version, that had some differences regarding the dial, very little things, but like it's basically very similar to this model. But they updated the dial, as I was saying, and the colorways are different. So let's stick with us and let's go through all the characteristics of this watch. Before starting with our review, please put a like on this video and subscribe to our channel. So let's go to the main characteristic of the watch. We have a diameter of 44 mm, a lug-to-lug distance that is stated to be 48, but I measure it to be 49, and a thickness of 13 mm. The lug width is 22, and in this case we have a rubber strap with a clasp. So, but let's take a look to the watch. We are speaking about a sapphire crystal with an anti-reflective inner coating, a ceramic bezel with this finishing that is shiny, is glossy, but at the same time has like this interesting circular finishing all around. Regarding the case, it's mostly brushed with this shiny insert on the side, and similarly it is in the bezel that we can see this finishing with this more shiny insert, and the sort of angular aspect of the bezel that is sort of reminding of Omega. Then we have a screw down crown with the symbol of Swiss watch company. We have a very nice case back, that is obviously screw down case back, that is done through oil pressing. I think so. It's a press on the steel of the case that gives this very nice and very embossed finishing. As you can see, stainless steel, 300 meters water resistant, sapphire crystal, Swiss made, because it is assembled in Switzerland and has also a Swiss movement style, which is the classic Stellita S-Foot-1. So regarding the dial, is the main change of this new Mk2 compared to the older version. In this case we have a sunrise dial, while in the past it was a matte finishing with sort of a square in the middle. It was weird, some people hate it, some people love it. Now they decided to change it completely. There are no applied indices, only the logo Swiss watch company is applied. But as you can see, the dial is not completely flat because there is a lot of lume, and so the lume is a little giving some thickness on the dial. Then we have a date window that has a white insert and this little frame that is printed. All the printing is very nicely done. I decided to buy this light brown version. In some light it looks more toward gray, in some other it is definitely brown, and sometimes I see some color like an aubergine, so with some hint of purple or like some red inside. The same color is present in the bezel, that, as you see, given the fact that it's different finishing, it gives a lot of light to the entire watch. The ends have this very shiny polished look that I don't like it too much. I think that given the rest of the watch is very toolish, I would have preferred some brushing on it, but as you can see there are polished inserts all around, so I think this is the reason why they decided to go with a polished finish, which is also present, as you can see, on the Swiss watch company logo. Also regarding the logo, I'm not huge fan of the logo. I don't like it too much, and I would like it maybe a little smaller or a little different. To me, it doesn't completely fit the spirit of the watch. That is very modern in the look, but while the logo looks like older, looks like a logo from the 70s, on a watch that can be of the future, let's say it this way. In this case, I decided to have this rubber strap that is perfectly integrated with the lugs of the watch, and in this way it helps wearing it down a little. It will look fine on my wrist. It is also present on bracelet that as far as I heard is very good, it's very nicely done, but the end link of the bracelet is male, so it will look a little bigger on your wrist. With this strap we have a clasp that is sort of the Omega style, so as you see is reversed, and in the very first days I like it a lot because I find it very easy to use, but after a while I realized that it's not the strongest point of the watch because as you can see it's very thick. We're speaking about 1 centimeter, so it's pretty much sort of matching the thickness of the watch in front and in the back. Not a bad clasp, but not a great one. It worked fine, but there's probably space for it. So before taking a look at the lume of this watch, which is great by the way, and how the watch fit on my wrist, let's take a look to the packaging. The watch comes in this hard case, which is pretty nicely done. As you can see, it is quite a big case. There is space for your watch here, and potentially there is space for 2 other watches down here, or you can put 2 watches, 1 strap, and here nothing. You can decide. Then there is this space where there is the warranty card, and then there are these curved spring bars, because as you can see the lugs of this watch is very narrow, and if you want to fit another strap you probably need to use those curved spring bars to be able to fit one. Here is the Swiss watch company Diver. As you can see the lume is great. They are very proud of their lume. They say that they have 20 layers of lume on their watches, and they consider their lume to be the best in the category and probably one of the best all around. The lume is very present both on ends and indices, and there is also this good lume peep on the bezel. Also, let's check the bezel action. Bezel action is very nice and precise, and when I turn the light on you will see that perfectly aligned. 120 clicks by the way, and let's see how the watch looks on my wrist. Here is the watch on my 16 centimeter or 6 inches wrist. As you can see, the fit is quite good, even if I think that the bezel, given the fact that it's all these angles, make look the watch a little bigger. The lug to lug distance is not terrible on my wrist. The strap helps in integrating it pretty well. The measure itself, 44, seems big like as a number, but we are used that there are quite a few divers that share similar size. But let's wrap it up. So here we have the SWC Swiss watch company Diver Mk2. The price for this watch is $450 on this strap and $495 on the steel bracelet. And what I think it's a great price. Obviously, if you are in Europe, like I am, you have then to pay taxes on this. I still think it's an incredible price for the watch because the attention to detail and the perceived quality of the watch is pretty high. Also, it's a Swiss made watch with a very good caliber inside. That's the latest SW200. It's a watch I can advise people to buy it. Regarding the colorways, I really like this color because it changes with light, but there are other colors that are sort of more classic, or you can find it to be more in your taste. So thank you for listening and stay with us today. Please put a like and subscribe to our channel. Thank you. Bye.